Okay, so today I'm presenting mtrk, an intuitive and open source development kit for MRI pulse sequence. And all right, this is not working. Okay, so as we've talked a little before, MRI pulse sequence development is a little tricky using the software development kits provided by vendors. It's going into intellectual property issues and like a very difficult learning to get to program pulse sequences. So vendor agnostic solutions like pulsec sequence tree of gamma star have already been proposed. And here we propose like a framework inspired by them and made to work with them, which has a similar detaching of sequence design in vendor software, but relies on a compact and human readable sequence description language and proposes a web-based, user-friendly graphical interface to develop pulse sequences. Here is an overview of the framework. So we have a Python API to program sequences in coding, and we have this web-based graphical user interface. And both of them generate the sequence description language files that can be read either by a web-based visualization tool, a driver sequence to play directly on the scanner, and they can also be converted to PulseSec using PyPulsec for further compatibility. So here is a quick peek at the sequence description language. So it is a JSON-based language, which is describing the sequence in terms of dictionaries using English words so that it's very readable. A user can just open it and modify some values and be happy with it, understand what's happening in there. And it has many sections, but the one I want to highlight is the instruction section, which is making the structure of the sequence using loops. And in the loops, you will load real-time events. So here is the mtrk designer tool. So it is a web-based tool, so you can load it on any computer. And in there, you can design a sequence from scratch using a drag and drop system. So you're dragging and dropping events like this, and then you're adjusting parameters. And you can also load an already existing mtrk file and continue to modify it. And this is the mtrk viewer. So it's more for visualization. You can like zoom and pad and go through your whole sequence, and it can be used to generate figures. We have for now only a driver sequence for Siemens, which is available for 3 different software versions, and it's compatible with both Siemens and external reconstructions. To validate the framework, we developed a spin echo sequence using the graphical user interface, generated the SDL file, converted it to PulseSec, and compared it to a similar product sequence. And as you can see, we obtained almost identical results for the mtrk and PulseSec versions, and fairly close results when compared to the product sequence. We were also able to do a pretty efficient simulation on the same phantom. So to conclude, mtrk provides a simplified sequence development framework for training and prototyping. It has an intuitive web-based graphical user interface that allows you to define sequences, load them, modify them in a very intuitive way. A human readable SDL language that can be completely interpreted in both ways. It also supports conversion from mtrk to PulseSec, giving it more flexibility. And all of that supports reproducibility, accessibility, and shareability of pulse sequences. As future work, we would like to convert from PulseSec to mtrk so that you can import PulseSec files into the graphical user interface and modify already existing PulseSec sequences. And we would like to see if we can develop other driver sequence for other vendors. We can always improve the Python API and its UI, and we plan on developing a library of state-of-the-art sequences. With that, I would like to thank my team and the organizing committee. And if you have any question, I'll be hanging around after the session.